While audiences praise the intense performances of The Last of Us, its emotional weight often rests on subtle background choices that guide how we feel. One of the most persistent markers of Joel's state of mind sits right on his wrist. His broken field watch makes frequent appearances, serving as a primary link to his past. The watch glass is shattered, and the hands are stopped at 2:15 a.m. That time marks the exact moment his daughter Sarah died. By keeping the watch on screen, the show suggests that while decades have passed, Joel remains anchored to that specific minute. This sense of an inescapable ending begins even earlier, during the quiet moments of episode 1. In Sarah's bedroom and throughout the house, the production team used a sickly shade of green for the curtains and background decor. This specific palette mirrors the tones of the cordyceps fungus before the infection ever breaks out. By weaving the color of the infection into the fabric of his pre-outbreak life, the show establishes a world that feels compromised before it actually falls. It aligns the viewer with Joel's reality, an environment where the threat is already present and the loss has already begun. In the survival journey that follows, the show uses physical sound to maintain a constant state of tension. The raspy clicks made by the blind infected rely on human mouth noises. Actors trained for weeks to produce those guttural, clicking sounds in their own throats. Because these sounds originate from a human throat, the threat feels grounded in a way that digital effects struggle to replicate. Within this environment, characters rely on specific objects to maintain a sense of control. For Ellie, that object is her switchblade. The camera frequently frames the handle in close-up when she is distressed or cornered. It functions as a tool for emotional stability as much as physical defense. This tension is reinforced by how the camera moves. During high-stress sequences, the framing snaps into place directly behind a character's shoulder. These shots recreate the aiming mechanics of the original game, placing the audience in the same survival panic experienced by players. While Ellie relies on her blade, Joel's internal stability begins to fracture. The series highlights this through his silent panic attacks. The cinematography simulates the sensation of trauma. The focus blurs, the audio fades to a dull hum, and his breathing becomes shallow and erratic. These techniques dismantle the trope of the invulnerable survivor. By showing the physical toll of their environment, the show presents Joel and Ellie as people breaking under the weight of their own history. A moment of quiet calm. Just before the end, the journey offers a moment of relief. The encounter with the giraffes in the ruins provides a sharp contrast to the surrounding decay. The giraffes serve as a symbol of life persisting without violence, giving Joel a reason to believe there is still something in this world worth protecting. That warmth is quickly replaced by the sterile environment of the final hospital sequence. The visual tone shifts, the lighting becomes cold and fluorescent, and the musical score drops away, leaving only the sounds of the facility. Joel's movements also change. He no longer shows signs of the panic or hesitation seen in earlier episodes. He moves through the corridor with a mechanical efficiency. These aesthetic shifts suggest a man who has set aside his moral considerations to achieve a single goal. These details frame the finale as a moral descent. In his effort to preserve the one person who keeps his psyche intact, Joel's actions signal a willingness to let the